Hey guys, welcome back to my solo guide for the Cayo Perico heist. This is gonna be a little bit of a beginner guide, so it's should be easy to understand. I'm gonna go through all the elements of the heist so that you can pick it up and hopefully start spamming it, making that money. So I've just got a voiceover for this video. It's gonna be a bunch of pre-recordings that I put together, and I'm just gonna do a voiceover as it runs through. So let's get into it. Start off, you gotta do the heist intel. So to do that, I would recommend, as you see, I've checked here and I've noticed that it's nowhere near me, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast travel up. Just so you know, if you don't have the Sparrow helicopter bought, I'm gonna be using it in this video. It's not necessary, but it's very, very much recommended. It is way too good to not have. So go ahead and buy that if you can afford it, but if you can't, you'll be able to afford it after a couple runs anyways, so no big deal. So I'm gonna go fly over, put my Kasatka away, so I can summon it when I get back, without having to put it away first. So you're gonna notice there's gonna be some guys guarding the plane. This is only after your second time going to the island, I should preface. So the first time you'll go to the airport, the second time you will be here, going to steal the vellum. You're gonna kill a couple goons. It might not be in this spot every time, there's a few spots that it'll spawn at. This is the one at Grapeseed. Go ahead and blow that up. Get in the vellum. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You're good to fly to the island. So it'll take a bit to get off the ground with all the bodies in the way. Blocking it up a bunch. Run him over. And get it off the ground. Go ahead and fly over. Almost there now. Now sometimes you might want to take your wheels out before you get there, otherwise it bugs. So before you go over the marker, just be sure to take your wheels out while you're in the plane. Go through the cutscene, go ahead and run over to this hangar behind you. Because you're solo, you can't grab the stuff in the compound for the most part. So you're going to want to come over here, and these will be your secondary targets. So you'll be taking photos of them, sending them to Pavel, who is the beautiful man on the submarine, if you're not acquainted yet. So there's going to be 2 cocaines there, and then cut to another run. There's going to be 2 up here that you can grab photos of too, and this will usually do you, but if you get unlucky you can come head over this side, and there's going to be 2 in here by chance. Your best takes will be on the screen right now if you want to pause it and have a look. So you're going to be wanting to get cocaine first when you're solo, and then I believe weed, followed by artwork. You can't get gold, and cash will be your last option. And I will leave a link to the websites that I've used and clipped in the description if you want to go check them out. They're very helpful, shout out to them. I think that's GTA Fandom that I grabbed that from, and it's helped me out since I started running this. So you can just go ahead and follow this path that I'm doing after I grab that motorbike. And it will take you pretty much straight there, except you got to watch out for a few cars and guards on the way. It's nothing too hard with a bit of learning that you can't overcome. Go ahead and you're going to open up the box, wherever it is. It might be at the top, might be down the bottom. And then I'm going to pause it here so I can explain this system to you guys. So basically, as you can see here, this will be a 0. So you're trying to get this number with here, with these sides connected. The 10 will be, the X will be 10. These will be 0. And there'll be another 1 line with 2 strikes through it, which will mean ×2. So all you've got to do to work it out is go like to get 67. Yeah, I'm gonna go. It doesn't matter if you fuck it up, you can always just keep retrying. I think you're in a time limit though, I'm not 100% sure on that. So you're gonna go 5 times 10, it's gonna get you to 50. And then 6, 0, that's 56. So see, that will be 58, so that will be wrong. So it'll be 6 times 10 here. And we'll connect this one up, you'll see in a second. So that will take it to 60. 2 plus 0 is going to be +2, so it'll be 62. 5 make it +5 on the 62 would make it 67. And as you can see right there. So just remember it's either +0 times 2 with the dash with 2 strikes or times 10 with the X. And after you've done that, you can go ahead and jump into your phone. You're going to scout through the cameras 4 times to the right until you find your target. You'll either find tequila, ruby necklace, diamond, or the bearer bonds, which is in the safe. All the others will be in that little cabinet, and as you can see, here are your takes on the screen. Again, the website will be in the description if you want to check it out. Madrazo files will only be on your first try. As you see, I've gone and got arrested there just running in front of that guard, so I can go straight back to the airplane so I can get out of here. But yeah, your best take's going to be the pink diamond at the moment, followed by the bearer bonds, then the ruby necklace, and then the tequila. Go ahead and call your Kasatka in when you get back in, and grab any mode of transport you can use to get over to it. Very simple heist to solo, guys. It's definitely one of the easier ones. No, it's the only one you're allowed to solo, I believe, but it's definitely really easy after you've done it a couple of times. Might be a little bit confusing at first, but yeah, it's really easy. So after we do that, we go start up our first mission, and this is my path that I take every time. I go to the cutting torch first, which you will have to scope out first. I might leave a video to how to scope that out. Maybe not my own, but I'll find someone to shout out in the description, which will show you how to get the cutting torch mission unlocked. As you can see, I've just shown you where the hard hat is for this mission, and the hard hat will help because you can avoid the guards. Just make sure you're not picking up the torch in front of the guards. I found out that the hard way, that if they're looking at you, they won't be happy even though you're in a hard hat. But the hard hat lets you walk in their cone of vision, which is really nice. Go ahead and return that, and go start up the next one. And next we will be doing the, I believe, the cutter equipment. Yeah. Oh no, we're going to do the fingerprint scanner next. Fingerprint cloner. This is going to be used so that you can get down into the basement. So there'll be a couple building locations you can go over, find the box to turn off the power, or you can always just shoot out the cameras. It's no big deal. It's no big deal if you let the camera see you are not here. They'll just be alerted inside. You just scroll through, do that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just hit enter on each. Hit enter as it scrolls through on the red letter, I should say. Go ahead and there'll be another spot you have to go after there, and it will take you into an archive. Make sure to take out the cameras. There'll be a few different locations again. In each of these setups, they've got a few different locations. It helps keep it a little bit fresh. It's kind of nice. As you can see, it'll be on that table. There's a 3 set of tables where that one just got picked up from, and it will be on any one of those tables right there. Go ahead and take that back. And if the camera spotted you, they'll send goons after you. But yeah, in this case, we were all good. Next up, we got the plasma cutter. There'll be a few different locations yet again. All you've got to do for this one is you head inside. You're going to find the board. As you can see, it's on my left here. You take out your camera, look at it, snap a pic to the planning board, send it to Pavel, and then head back out. So this one, again, you'll have to go to a different location, and there'll be goons here that you have to take out and steal the plasma cutter. These guys will be a bit of a pain, but nothing too hard to handle. And again, free mode, if you die, it's no big deal, just go fucking back, take them out again. So after you've done that, I put on some body armor there because these guys can be relentless, just to get out of there. Definitely recommend carrying body armor. It's way too good to not have. And I'm gonna head and show you, if you've got the bearer bonds, you're gonna need to do this safe. It's gonna be different to the plasma cutter. So this is if you get the bearer bonds. This is soloable, although I did have my friend with me on this one. So yeah, my friend and I run this one together at the time, but it is 100% soloable. So you're gonna take those two guards out the front real quick, so they shouldn't be alerted inside. You're gonna find the guy that was in the image that Pavel sent you, which will always be that guy in the grey suit there. And then after you've killed him, you just go loot his body and pick up the key card. And at that point, you have to have alerted everyone. So you're gonna go take out all the guards in your way. The police are gonna come after you because you've been dirty. Go ahead, fly over, and you should lose the cops on the way back to your submarine if you are in a helicopter. Otherwise, you'll lose the cops in any way that you can. Next up, we got our weapons, and you're always going to want to buy suppressors for the way that I do things. If you're going to do the stealth approach, like I'm going to show you in this video, the way I do it every single time, make sure you're buying those suppressors. For this case, we've got the marksman rifle, I believe. It should be the conspirator. And yeah, I go the same weapon every time just because it gets the job done, no problem. For this specific one, this one is a pain because you have to fly over to Merryweather, find the Valkyrie, and then it's gonna slowly fly over into the middle of buttfuck nowhere. And you've got to follow it, but thankfully after you've done it a couple times, there's 3 main spots that it'll rock up to. You don't have to follow it, you can go miles ahead, it won't matter. So this is my path. I usually go out here, over the power station, and there is a spot coming up. Down there in the parking lot below it will be, and it wasn't there for this case. So afterwards we'll check the map. We can see that it's coming up the guts, I believe. So we know it's going to be over near the farm, based on the angle that it was going. And as you can see, there it is there. We're looking for the Avenger, and we're taking out the guys before the Valkyrie gets there. Because the Valkyrie will be a pain to deal with when it rocks up. It will bomb the shit out of you. But just making sure you're not blowing up the Valkyrie, and if there's other players in your lobby, they can blow it up too, which is really annoying to deal with. So make sure the Valkyrie lands, and like the little targets show up so that you can go ahead and blow up the Valkyrie and stop it from fucking with you. As you can see, I put my Kasaka back in the storage again because it is going to need to be recalled, so I don't want to fly all the way back into the city. I can just recall it nearby and turn this quest in. As you can see, I was waiting for the Valkyrie and it still managed to blow me up there, even behind the box, because it is a pain in the ass to deal with. But make sure not to retaliate until it lands on the ground, or you will regret it. Because this is a pain in the ass quest to have to redo. As you can see, it's there, but it could be also behind that other box. Just take out the 2 guys inside, grab a parachute, walk to the exit. Pavel's going to give you a speech, and then you just go ahead and go down. Call your buzzard or whatever you're going to use to get back to the Kasatka Inn. And this is the other version of it, where you go to a building, you go in, you take out the guys. This is for weapons also. There'll be 1 of 2 type of quests, and this is the other one. The other one is the one that I just shown you, where you fly out to the middle of nowhere. This one is pretty simple. You just go to the building, you do this hack, which is very simple. You just find the 4 numbers together that it shows at the top, and then go into the safe, grab the weapons, get out of there. They will send buzzards after you for this one, so just be careful, but then get it back and you're all good. And there's your weapons. 2 different styles of quests. Keep it a little bit fresh. You definitely want to get the building one because, well, maybe just personally, I absolutely hate the one where you have to fly out to the desert. And last prep for what I do is the Kasatka approach, where I'm going to go ahead and teleport out to where the marker is. Because for the Kasatka approach, all you've got to do is get the sonar jammer, which is going to help you approach the island without getting blown up, obviously. So yeah, you're going to use your own submarine, so you don't have to get a vehicle like some of the other vehicle approaches. Again, you do whatever you feel happy with. This is just the way I do it because I find it the quickest and the easiest. After I teleported, I've obviously driven a bit closer, gone to the sub, put in autopilot, gotten out of my chair, gone outside, and it's made it real simple because I just swim ahead across to the other sub. Don't have to deal with the helicopters and the boats, which is very nice. And then I get wasted inside. And yeah, as you can see, I had to deal with those guys, so I put some armor on. Gone back through, ran through, taken out the guys. And as you can see, the sonar jammer is on the bench there. There will be 3 different spots inside where it will be. And this is one. Another one is just down the ladder to the right as you come in. And another is all the way up the other end. I'm sure you guys will be able to find it if it doesn't put you in the same spot as mine. And with that, we're all good to go into the heist. And there's all the setups we need to do for my approach. We haven't done any disruption, so if you do get alerted on this approach, they will fuck you up. So we've got Kasatka approach vehicle. We're going to enter in the drainage tunnel. Make sure you've got that scoped. Again, I will put a link to a video. We're exiting at the main dock. Time of day, doesn't matter, whatever you feel happy with. Make sure you've got those suppressors brought up. No need to hire support crew for this approach. And you're good to go. No need to pick clothing because you're in a scuba gear with the Kasatka approach. Again, you don't have to follow the way I do it. This is just the way I found the easiest. Makes you heaps of money in no time at all. Like, get around 1.4 every hour, hour and a half. Yeah, depending on which primary target you get in the case. So go ahead and swim over here. You're gonna drill into the thing, and this is very simple. All you do is just move your mouse, or if you're in a controller, it'll be different. But yeah, you just go around. You burn the bars off. You gotta burn all the way around. It's pretty easy, but you overshoot it a bunch. Or at least I do, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass. It's probably easier on mouse on keyboard than on controller than mouse keyboard, I should say. Bit of a fuck up. And I am dead broke as of doing this heist, but you can see I will make that money back in no time. So go ahead and follow my path if you want to do it my way. I go to the right coming out of the drainage tunnel entrance. There'll be 2 guys here you've got to take out. Pop them in the skull. There's a key card we won't be able to use because the key cards are only useful with 2 people. Go ahead and run past, make sure the guy to the right does not spot you. Come over here, past the cages. Take out this guy on the left. Now we're going to take out the guy on the right in the cage. I whiffed a bit there, don't choke like me, that could have been bad. Go up these stairs. This guy is not necessary, but I like to be safe and take him out. Go pop him in the head. Go back down. Now run back over towards the cages. And you're going to swing a left. And look over the balcony to the left. And you'll see this guy. You don't have to climb up on the top like I did. That was very greedy of me because I could have been spotted. I picked up the gate key off him. You gotta make sure you're gonna kill enough guys to get the gate key. So if you don't get it off of the guys that I kill, maybe just pop a few extra guys around that you can see that it's safe to do so. As you can see, there's the other key card on the bench, not necessary. And this is where you find the Perico pistol if you've found the guard in free mode, which I will have to leave a link to that as well because I do not have the footage. There's a safe here you can open. Also, make sure to grab that because it's a free 70k, or it changes depending. But yeah, make sure you're grabbing that up. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and explain how this works for you guys, because I've seen my friends have a bit of trouble with this. So in hard mode there's going to be 4 prints, in easy mode there'll be only 3. And the way this works is you find however many runs down you are. So in this, say I'm 4 runs down here, I would find this print, which is the tip, and I would go across 1, 2, 3 times, and that would be this. So say if each of these have a number and they're numbered going downwards, so this would be 1, this would be 2, this would be 3, this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And however many times you go across, that's the number that's going to be corresponding with the picture. So this one will always be 1, this picture will always be 2, this will always be 3. This is wrong, so this will always 7 and 8. The bottom two and top 2 will always be obvious. It's just the middle ones you need to count for, really. So as you can see, I go across 3 times there and a little bit more there, get the match up. If you don't want to do the count strat, you don't have to. Obviously you can just match up the picture by looking at it, but it's so much easier to just go into whichever one you're in and count across that many times. So make sure you just, when you do it, you just find the tip of the fingerprint always. Say I'm in the 5th one, I would find the tip of the fingerprint down here, and I would go across 4 times, because that would be 5. And that's how you do that, boys. It's a very simple way of doing it. Again, you don't have to do the counting method, you can just match up the picture, but it can be a bit tricky sometimes. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do the fingerprint. Might take a little bit to get used to, but it's not hard at all. Alright, and we're in, so we're gonna go ahead and go down the elevator now. If you pick up the Perico pistol, be sure not to use it on the guards because it does not have a suppressor on it. Don't make that mistake. Go ahead and drill in, because we've got the blowtorch, we can go in there without the cutters or anything. And for the tequila and everything else in this case, we've got the plasma cutter for. Now I'm not too sure the most efficient way to drill through it, but as long as you don't let the plasma cutter overheat, you'll be alright. It shouldn't take too long either way. I know my friend's method is to let it go all the way down and then drill back up, whereas I just tap. I'm not too sure which is more efficient. I kind of like his way more now, but when I filmed this, I was doing it my way, my old way. But yeah, either way, as long as you just don't let it overheat, you'll get in there in no time. You're gonna take your primary, and then you leave out. I'm gonna cut to show you how to do the files, and Pavel will send you a safe code. And all you gotta do is go into the safe and put in that code. It will prompt you with the buttons that you need to do that, whether you're a mouse, keyboard, or controller. And yeah, you just find that. You're better looking at the very lower numbers and the top numbers, like 1 to 20 and 80 to 100, because they take less scrolling through, and you've got to scroll through all the numbers to get to 50. Which is very annoying. Go ahead and leave out. Down the stairs that you came up. You've already got the gate key, you'll only need to kill 1 person here. Go around to the right, then to the left. There'll be a guy through here we have to take out because new guards came. We open the gate with our key, and we are out the front gate. You need 2 people to grab most of the stuff in the compound, so if you're doing a solo run, you don't really need to worry about the stuff in the compound. That's why we needed to do the scoping at the airport. We pop him. Make sure to pop this guy up here. And then there'll be 2 guys on the other side of that tree. Kill them off. There'll be a camera usually you need to take out. Sometimes the cameras don't spawn, but be sure to look out for them. There'll be a guard up to the left that will just avoid on the bike. And yeah, pretty much just follow this path down here. Stop, make sure you don't do what I did, because holy shit, I left that in. Wow. That was, yeah, don't do what I did. That's all I'm gonna say. Stop the bike completely before you get off. And then in here, there'll be two things that you can grab if you don't want to grab the stuff at the airport, if the airport stuff is not going to make up enough money for you, if you don't have cocaine or anything. So make sure you're grabbing stuff in there, whereas on this run I have chosen not to do that because I have fine stuff at the airport. And yeah, all the civilians are going to be alerted, but don't worry about them. Now this guy really confused me here because I had never seen him here before, but thankfully I got away with it. He's usually to the left, as you can see right here. That's where he usually is. Now back to reality. Rubio's in his helicopter, make sure he doesn't spot you, obviously. Pretty self-explanatory, just watch out for his big cone. He shouldn't come near you if you're doing this path. This path has never let me down. Take out these two guys. Go ahead and go for the boat they allocate you. Just a heads up, because I found out this the hard way. If you take one of the other boats around, you're quite okay to do that, but it will despawn when you get out of the boat and head to pick up stuff off of the mainland. And I found out that the hard way, and it cost me an elite challenge. So this is a good way to get the elite challenge every time. If you follow this path, you're gonna have no problems. As long as you get, as soon as you get used to it, it'll be no problem at all. So this is a lucky run where I have 2 cocaine together, so I don't have to worry about getting any secondary targets from elsewhere. But you might need to get the forklift or grab stuff at the main dock where I just showed you earlier before we grabbed the boat. See, 2 cocaine is your best bet. If you can get 2 cocaine, you're gold. That's the ideal solo run right there. But see, sometimes you might need more, and for this other run that I'm showing you, I needed to grab the forklift, pick up this box, move it there, and you're gonna get out of it, get on the forklift, jump on the box, jump over, and there's gonna be 2 lots of resource up here. Usually, you would have scoped if there was or not beforehand anyways. But after you've filled your bags, as you can see, the bag will go green down the bottom right, and you're good to leave. Again, you don't have to fill the bag, but you'd be silly not to, because that is more loot for you. So this is gonna be a very easy take and a very easy run. Gonna manage to get the elite challenge, which will add another 100k on top of it. As soon as you drive far enough, the cutscene will trigger and the boat will stop and you will be able to get out of there. Central take is just all the stuff. You could never get that solo. There's a bunch of other stuff you have to do for that. And obviously there's a fencing fee and a paddle fee that's reduced the cost, but because we've got the elite challenge, no hacks failed, full loot bags, and under 15 minutes, we're gonna get another 100k thrown in there, of course. Go through your cutscene and have a look at what you've got. So we got really unfortunate because we got the tequila, which is the worst possible thing that you can get for a primary target, but we did get cocaine, which is the best secondary you can take solo. And yeah, that's pretty much it, boys. There is solo heist for Cayo Perico on hard mode, and you can obviously do it just as easy on easy mode. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to proc the hard mode. So you're just gonna wait around for Pavel to say exactly that. It'll pop up in your phone, and then it will show you a notification up the top left of your screen. And after you've done that, you can go ahead and go over to your submarine. Go straight over. It'll be, I think, a 45-minute cutoff. You can go ahead and then you can start. And you don't have to start straight away, but you just have to pay the money straight away so that you can proc hard mode. And that is it, boys, for this video and how to do the solo of Cayo Perico. So I'll be sure to leave the links of other people's videos that have good guides on how to unlock the Perico pistol from the guards laying around the city, and I'll also be sure to leave a link to how to unlock the drainage tunnel. because I know there's some guys that have some really great videos and good guides. Obviously, I'm nothing like them. This is just my first one-off video. I thought I'd give it a go and show you guys what I've been running in GTA the last couple weeks. Pretty much non-stop, making solo cash on the grind. And yeah, this is the best way and the easiest way that I've found to do the heist and make the most profit. So, on top of that, there is also a week going on currently where it's only a couple days left, but obviously setup is free and it's 1.5 times the rewards for the final take this week. So if you want to grind, this is definitely the week for it. I definitely recommend it. And yeah, good luck, boys. Hope everyone has a good time running the GTA new heist. Obviously, you need a bit of money to set up. You need a penthouse and also you can go the cheapest penthouse, which will be quite a bit of money. And you also need to buy the submarine before you can get started on the heist. But you will, if you have that money, then you will be able to make that money back in no time running this heist. And you don't even need to rely on getting other people's help or having friends, which is a bargain if you're someone like me. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this guide and hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.